Mga idol at kabayan, Marcos Administrasyon ipinakita sa China na hindi tayo tatahimik, yuyuko at basta-basta na lang papayag sa ginagawang maagresibong hakbang ng People's Republic of China sa West Philippine Sea. Ayon kay Assistant Director ng National Security Council Jonathan Manalo, dumating na ang araw na kinakatakutan nating mga Pilipino ang magkabanggaan ang mga barko ng China at Pilipinas sa West Philippine Sea.
The Chinese vessels did their reckless and illegal acts with full knowledge that their movements can cause a collision. And this time, our fears happened.
Hindi naman pinalampas ni Department of National Defense Secretary Gibo Teodoro ang pangyayaring ito. Ayon sa Ministro ng Depensa ng Pilipinas, sinadya ng China ang pagbangga sa supply boat ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at Philippine Coast Guard.
We are taking this incident seriously at the highest levels of government. Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels, in blatant violation of international law, harassed and intentionally hit Unaiza May 2 and Philippine Coast Guard vessel BRP Cabra. This is a serious escalation of the illegal activities conducted by the Chinese government in the West Philippine Sea. The President called a special command conference this morning of the National Security and Defense Cluster in order to be briefed and to give his guidance on the latest violation by China of the sovereignty of the Republic of the Philippines. The Philippine government views the latest aggression by China as a blatant violation of international law. China has no legal right or authority to conduct law enforcement operations in our territorial waters and in our exclusive economic zone. We are taking this incident seriously at the highest levels of government. The use by China of brute force behind disingenuous facades necessitates this course of action. We called for this press conference to give you a clear and factual narrative of what transpired. The Chinese government is deliberately of what transpired. The Chinese government is deliberately obfuscating the truth. The Philippine Navy and the Philippine Coast Guard are here to give you an undistorted narration of the illegal acts of the Chinese vessels. In short, on or about 6:04 in the morning of Sunday, October the 22nd, 2023, while conducting legitimate rotation and resupply operations within the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines, Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels, in blatant violation of international law, harassed and intentionally hit Unaiza May 2 and Philippine Coast Guard vessel BRP Cabra. This occurred within the 200-mile exclusive economic zone of the Philippines, which China has no jurisdiction, authority, or right to conduct any operations whatsoever. This is a serious escalation of the illegal activities conducted by the Chinese government in the West Philippine Sea in complete disregard of any norm or convention of international law. Chinese Ambassador Huang Xilian has been summoned today by Secretary Enrique Manalo of the Department of Foreign Affairs to condemn the reckless and illegal act of the Chinese government. Likewise, Philippine Ambassador to China, Jaime Flor Cruz, has been instructed to convey the same to the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Philippine Coast Guard has been directed to proceed swiftly with its maritime investigation in accordance with international maritime safety regulations. We acknowledge the support of our allies and like-minded nations such as the United States, Japan, Australia, Germany, Canada, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, and the European Union in condemning China's aggression and expansionist actions. We call on our people to stand behind the government in executing our constitutional mandate to secure the national interest in the West Philippine Sea. Thank
The Chinese vessels did their reckless and illegal acts with full knowledge that their movements can cause a collision. And this time, our fears happened. We are relieved and thankful that no Filipino personnel were harmed, but we are concerned by the escalation and provocations by Chinese vessels who have no business being in the West Philippine Sea. The China Coast Guard's claim that they were conducting law enforcement activities have no or zero basis whatsoever. AYUNGIN Shoal is well within the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. Therefore, China has no legal authority or basis to enforce anything in those waters and in the entire West Philippine Sea. They also claim that there should be prior notification by the Philippines on any resupply mission to AYUNGIN Shoal. Again, we ask, why should we do so? AYUNGIN Shoal is not Hainan Island. Moreover, their claim that their action were professional and legitimate collapses in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. We commend the bravery, professionalism, and dedication to duty of our Philippine Navy and PCG personnel who by their actions represent the best of the country's uniformed services. They do their duty in the face of overwhelming odds. We consider this RORE mission as a partial success because one of our supply boats, Onaisa May 1, succeeded in reaching BRP Sierra Madre and unloading supplies. However, Onaisa May 2 sustained damage as a result of the collision and could not complete its mission. Nonetheless, the Philippines will never be deterred by the provocative actions of China. We will continue to repair, maintain, and sustain our troops in BRP Sierra Madre while said ship is on duty in defense of our sovereignty, sovereign rights, and jurisdiction in the West Philippine Sea.
Laban Pinas.